Word. And I get into it one time. Welcome to another episode of the Caribbean France Stand. Right? All brought to you courtesy Wooden Street. So, all you already know what it is. If you haven't or if you aren't already followers of the movement, go follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube page. You can check out the latest episode of the podcast streaming now, where we discuss the unfortunate massacre in Arima, the upcoming budget, and them soldiers and them getting the back pay and how we think they would be spending it. Good night to Naeem, mommy, long time no see, but you know I say here, so I know you're alive. Yeah. So, go do that now. Alright, subscribe to the YouTube page. You can also get the audio only versions of the podcast on Spotify and all other major podcast platforms. So yeah. So before we get into the weekend roundup, I just wanna say it's not much money they get. I know what I mean, but alright. Yeah, so before we get into the weekend roundup, I wanna big up the Stamina Energy team. Big up my brother Blaze one time. We went up on the Stamina party bus over the weekend at that time, so big up Blaze and the Stamina team. Right, anyway, start. This weekend roundup is brought to you in part by Purple Gorillas. The big bad Purple Gorillas. We in charge of vibes. So anything in need for your entertainment purposes, you know, for the partiers, the party goers, or the socialites, I should say, not just parties. You know, you can get your male and female urban apparel, right? And for the promoters, you need somebody to promote the event, to boost the event. Check out the Purple Girls if you need somebody to just come and vibes up your event, whether it be christening, baby shower, you know, your wedding reception, boat ride, your juvie party, your band lunch. Let's link up the Purple Girls, right? Anything entertainment, Guerrilla Entertainment Marketing. Purple Gorillas, we in charge of vibes. Niceness. So, this weekend roundup now, to be honest, I was a little busy this weekend. Getting some business done, so I didn't really watch as much football as I would have liked. I didn't really think I watched any football. I'm trying to remember. I think I watched some game. I watched the Man City game, right? Yeah. So the weekend roundup, we'll start with the Bundesliga. And there's the marquee games, as I say. We have Caramel 2 or Caramel Toffee. Why I get Caramel 2 after? My mind is on my boy. Big up Caramel Toffee 2. Big up Randall and then the Survivor. They had an epic weekend, boy. You had a big weekend. Right? Big up Kerry Genius. Same way. Yeah, boy. So it's a marquee matchups over the weekend in the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich. The whole time. The Bochum like is the trend, boy. Hit them 7. I think Harry Kane had a hat trick and a brace of assists in that game. So Harry Kane doing well. I think it's 12 goals in 9 games or something like that. So he doing well over in Germany. Borussia Dortmund, they won 1-0 against Wolfsburg. RB Leipzig beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 1-0. And to stay on top of the table and unbeaten. Well, I will never sit on top of the table. I'll check this now on goal difference. Bayer Leverkusen won 4-1 at home to Heidenheim. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the table quick to see what's going on here. Yeah, so Bayern going up now 1 goal difference, but that's 7-0. So that 7-0 was important. So Bayer Leverkusen going to second. Same points as Bayern on top by goal difference. Going over into Spain now. At Barcelona, I think they came back. They came back to win against Celta. Lewandowski getting 2 goals or 3 goals in 10 minutes. The Barca fans can correct me. You know how much goals? So I know they had like a little scoring spree. Right, Valencia drew 2-2 at Almeria. Real Sociedad they won 4-3 against Getafe. Villarreal and Real Vallecano drew 1-1. And in the biggest game in Spain and one of the biggest results for the weekend, Atletico Madrid, the inconsistent Atletico Madrid, they won 3-1 against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid, their unbeaten run has ended. Right? So we named Morata. I see Morata from the highlights. I see Morata that big game. Right? So that was a big result over in Spain. So all the Real fans are the pardon for a little bit. All the Bellingham wagonists are the pardon a little bit. Over in Spain, in Italy, AC Milan they won 1-0 at home against Verona. Juventus lost 4-2 against Sassuolo. Lazio and Monza draw 1-1. Inter they keep on chugging along. They won 1-0 against Empoli. Atalanta won 2-0 against Calgary. Napoli drew 0-0. I see where you name Osherman a little unhappy. So you know the teams like Chelsea's and the Man U's and you know them teams that kind of need a striker. Oh, I need a goal scorer. You know, a consistent goal scorer. Am I watching into that? Yeah, they're not happy with the current settings right now. So they drew 0-0 against Bologna. And Roma and Torino, they drew they drew 1-1. Over to the Premier League. Well, in the name PSG won 4-0, so nothing new. Right? We got the Sir Charles who tapping. So Saturday, no games on Friday this week. Saturday, Crystal Palace and Fulham they drew 0-0. Luton and Wolves also drew 1-1. Man City they won 2-0 and that game was real funny. I didn't even game I watch top to bottom this weekend. Man City just dominating the game. They could end up winning that game like 5-6. But Rodri had a moment of madness, boy. And he got a red card and that kind of changed the game. City had to change their approach. Forest and all change their approach. They kind of opened up. They went more attacking. They brought on Alanga and Hudson in the second half. So Man City kind of was holding on. Although they created some chances after that, but they was kind of holding on. So yeah, so that was a different kind of win for Man City. Yeah, boy, big up to Heaven. Neva's fashion. I was showing you, but you're not keeping up with the content. This is like completely on the still wood on the sheet. It's still content coming out of wood on the sheet. Heaven. But this is the Caribbean Fan Stand on a Monday where we're talking about strictly sports. Right, so the podcast, the co-host is still there. Right now he in the live actually. Right, the co-host is still there. The latest episode of the podcast is out now, and you can see the co-host there if you want to see the co-host so bad. Right, so you can go and check out that on YouTube after the live, of course. Right, so this is just a additional show, some additional content, strictly geared towards sports fans, right? Evan, bless up and keep up now. Right, I just to show you ain't keep it up, and you ain't watch our episode in the podcast yet, or you ain't watch our live yet, but that's one thing. We appreciate it still. So Brentford, they surprisingly they lost 3-1 against Everton. I believe that is Everton's first win of the season, probably the second, if so much. Man U held on to a 1-0 win against Burnley. I didn't see the game. I told her I heard it was an unconvincing win, although it was a brilliant goal. Evans with a ball over the top for Bruno, and then with a Ronaldo-esque goal of the over the shoulder volley. Yeah, so they got Man U fans one time. In one of the biggest games in the Premier League this weekend, the North London derby, the Tottenham pulled out a draw after being down twice against Arsenal in the Emirates. So they drew 2-2. Brighton won 3-1 against Bournemouth. Chelsea fell again. I think that the third loss for the season in the league. We will get we go into Chelsea a little more in a later than a further segment, right? But they lost 1-0 at home to Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins with the winning goal. Also Gusto received a red card in the game. I heard it was not so much a red card, but he didn't really get the referee so much, much of a choice. So yeah. Liverpool, they won 3-1 against West Ham United, and in the biggest scoreline at the weekend, and also for the season in the Premier League thus far, Newcastle beat Sheffield like a bad child, 8-0 at Sheffield. So yeah, Newcastle get a mojo back. So, yeah, that was the weekend roundup, people. Brought to you by Purple Gorillas. We in charge of vibes, thanks to the Purple Gorillas family. Right, so in the game of the weekend, the game of the week. Oh no, before we get into that, let me do a quick Champions League roundup, because we didn't get a chance. Obviously, Champions League was in the week last week, so we gotta deal with that now. Although we are debating in the group chats and so on. Big up boss baby Sue. Yeah, so Newcastle and Newcastle, and AC Milan, they drew 0-0. We need to go into some of the marquee matchups, the big boys. Leipzig won 3-1 against Young Boys. Atletico won. Lazio drew 1-0. That game was important because Lazio goalkeeper scored a header late in the game in injury time, I believe, to pull out that draw. So that was a big goal. And I believe the Sedina first goal, he scored a header before in some game, but for a different team. Yeah, so PSG, they won 2-0 at home against Dortmund. City came from a goal behind to win 3-1 against hard name, Crvena Sven Zeda or something else of the sort. Or they forget me, I'm not the godfather. Yeah, Barcelona, they kick out Antwerp face 5-1. I believe his name is João Felix celebrates in that game. on Wednesday. How we go? Real won 1-0 against Union Berlin. Man U, although the scoreline kind of showed the game was close, 4-3 to Bayern. They lost, Man U lost to Bayern. The game wasn't really that close, so like Bayern could have scored more if they wanted. They kind of let Man U in the game, let them back in the game a couple of times. So yeah. Arsenal, they won 4-0 against PSV. Napoli won 2-1 against Braga. Real Sociedad and Inter Milan, they drew 1-1, and yeah, so that's the big boys there. So that was a little quick roundup for those who missed it or didn't get the goal one time. The Champions League score lines for last week. Last week our games gone there. Big up Lobanton one time. Right, so in the and also in the Europa League, I tell you following thing in the Europa League. Levi Garcia's AK Athens, they won 3-2 against Brighton. He didn't score, but he had a decent game. And yeah, they won the first game, and I think Brighton is the hardest team in the group. So yeah, so big up to Levi Garcia and AK Athens. Right, so now we could move on to the game of the week, which was TKR versus the Amazon Warriors. And oh god, excuse my disappointment. Well, I think all Trinbago Knight Rider fans was disappointed in that game. Plenty people say money pass. But I don't like to go into that. I did it. Obviously, you said it in the past. You suspect it in the past. But other sports fan, I don't like to go down that road too much because that is only come out when your team lost. So, if TKR had bowled out Amazon Warriors, or if it was the other way around, TKR fans would not be saying, we pay Amazon Warriors, let's be saying we're the best team. So, that is only happen or come out when, your team lost. So I don't like to go down that road too much. But it was a shocking, appalling with batting display from the Knight Riders. Only reaching to 94 runs in 18.1 overs. And the only person having any knock of significance was, or putting any score of significance was Casey Carty with 38 over 45 balls. Right, he had 2 4s and 1 6. So that was a shocking result. But big up to the Amazon Warriors. They get the first title in 11 tries, 11 seasons. This was the 6th final. And they finally won, so big up the Amazon Warriors fans. Because I know it have plenty in Trinidad. So big up the Amazon Warriors fans same way. On the game itself, now first thing first, I know when you lost especially, people got the word to say. But that just sports, you go win some, you go lose some. I know Pollard have plenty haters on me. I don't know why. I'm my favorite player, so I might be biased him, but I'm a favorite T20 player. Oh, yeah. So, people who had the word to say about his captaincy and whatever. But I think he's one of the best captains in the West Indies in terms of his tactical awareness. Now, me and a partner had a debate about 2 seasons ago, and he's saying like he find Bravo is a better captain. Now, in my opinion, maybe we depending on what we're looking for in a captain, because Bravo might be a more inspirational captain, with the old vibe and the energy and thing. But I think Pollard is a better tactical captain than Bravo, and one of the better tactical captains in the Caribbean. But yeah, so I know the people who had the word to say about Pollard. But as much as I'm big enough Pollard, one thing I noticed about TKR and plenty of the CPL teams and the West Indian cricketers on the whole is that when the teams bat first, they have a problem. Now, not necessarily not meeting 100 runs, but on the whole, most games that TKR win, and like the better teams in the CPL is when they chase. Most times, not all the time, but most times. So, as much as a beginner Pollard, I think they need to look into that. Like, because you can't hinge your game. You can't hinge your game on winning the toss. You don't have no control over that. You don't have no control over that. So, you're supposed to be able to play well, even if you win the toss and they put into bat, or you lost the toss and they put into bat, or you win the toss and they get to, choose where you want. Right, I won. Big up Levi, big up Corey, and Empress Kells. So yeah, so that is one. So that is one in terms of I was done, but me as I see we lost the toss, because I know Pollard not going on neither Bravo, not going on bat first. So I wasn't worried when he went, but that being said, what you do have control over is what you do as much as possible. Now, you can't knock the bowlers. Big up what your name is, boy? Pretorius and Shepherd, Romario Shepherd. They were two of the best bowlers in the entire tournament this year. So you can't say, well, it's only up to you as a batter, but you have control. Somewhat, you have more control than winning a toss. And I say that because, especially when they bat first, but on the whole, and this is why I do what I want to say now, is why I don't rate, like why, as good as somebody might be in TKR, they can never be given plaudits as one of the greatest or one of the best, even in current times or in history, because like men has lost all the sense when they play in T20, but or it's just players with no sense to be playing T20. So in the previous game, Amazon Warriors, they made a respectable score. The previous game that TNT that was the first qualifier, however the third the phrase it, right? When one playing two and they were not going straight to the final. Amazon Warriors batted first, TKR chased, and although it was a respectable total in 166, it was, you believe it was gettable by the Amazon Warriors, by the Knight Riders, but they didn't come out and just went gun ho. For the most part, they rotated the strike, especially the power play, take the singles and the twos where possible, and then kind of build into it, and keeping your wickets in hand for, outside of the power play, and getting down to the less, to like over 15 to 20, where you could, especially with wickets in hand, you could be playing a little more free, right? Now, why only could not do that in this game? Every single batter outside of Casey Carty, even though your first ball, your second ball, or watching how the pitch play and how the bowlers, were into the game, everybody coming out and trying to hit a six with the second ball, the third ball, like without getting a groove or building into the game. And that is real upsetting. Like, I see you do it in the last game. I see you do it like less than a week before, 3 nights before, So that was real upsetting, and I always make me like, yo, like T20 players freaking tons, but like everything is not about 6 and 4. Is like, that is exciting for the crowd and thing, but it's other ways to win. You could build into the game, and then obviously when you put more pressure on the bowlers, they would have the bowl more attacking, and then you could free up your hand. Or when your confidence build, you get a little warm, you could. So dog. So that was my analysis of the game, of why we lost. Like, because we probably didn't get it. We didn't get the toss, and we didn't get the batting position that we would have preferred, and also losing Dial kind of early, and then I think Walter and somebody else or Puran. Now that's the first three batters wasn't so much the criticism I just give but more good bowling with some LBW, some balls kind of turn up on them and thing. But after the first three, everybody else just come swinging the hand and giving away the wicket, boy, and that was real upsetting, boy. Which is why people saying how they take money, because it wasn't making no sense. Like, just set it down a little bit now. Even if we didn't get a 180, we get a little 120, a little 140 and see how we could defend it now. But boy, nah, it wasn't meant to be. So, big up the Amazon Warriors fans. I know the head got bust because they didn't have no titles, and the head was done swelling already because they feel like, they did something. But big them up same way. Next year we come again. That is the TKR, and hopefully we gonna have a better season next year. We still the powerhouse, we still the most titles, so we can win all. So big up the team same way, and Kubole, rationally passionate fans. You always love the team 100 when they win, and as a loss. Pollard is a waste, Bravo is a waste thing. Puran, everybody love Nicky P whole season. The bastion Nicky P now. So rationally passionate. Yeah? So until next season, Amazon Warriors are the bragging rights. So hopefully next year the Night Riders could come back, stronger and better. Getting back to some football news. Dog, I try my best not to make it at Chelsea. At Chelsea vlog, at Chelsea live, at Chelsea, point. But boy, what I go do, boy? Vlog, I need to vent a little bit. My God, we can't have all these quality players. We can't have spent all this money and we 14th in the league, though. Win one game for the season out of 6. And Brighton is our next game, I think Wednesday the 27th or 29th, I believe. We play Brighton in the League Cup for later home, but I ain't seen much. I ain't have much hope in Aqua Brighton playing very good football. Unless this will be decide to rotate heavily, because he prioritizing on the league and especially other than lost in Europa League, which they play next week in the week, I believe. I ain't really positive about our Brighton game too much. So as it pertains to the team, now there are plenty different things you could say and people would say, but on the field that is there now, it have a lot of things we could say about the owners, and I personally blame the English government, because they pushed out Roman Abramovich for no reason, in my opinion, when he had nothing directly responsible to do with anything concerning all the war in Ukraine, but whatever. That in here now they at this point. But on the football field now, people bashing Pochettino, and rightfully so. But I think it's like a 60-40 between the manager and the team. 60 for the manager, 40 for the players in the blame game, right? Well, we dealing with the field, so the owners have to get some blame. So we will take 30 from the players and get the owners on them 10%, right? Because, and I say that's because, although they do shit, we talking about you're already there, Pochettino, you take the job, knowing what it have. So you're supposed to make you as the owner are supposed to do your job, and the manager now is supposed to do your job, right? Don't complain too much about things you agree to or a situation that you know coming into it, you know. So that's why the owners only getting 10% that we're going on the field right now, right? So let me see how we're breaking on how we are analyzing this breakdown. So the owners, we go back to front. Now 10% with only because as much as I understand, and I'm not saying I agree with it, as much as I understand in terms of financially what they do to get the wage bill down and so on and so forth. All they pay so themselves and try to do the overhaul of the team in 3-4 windows, or they do it in 2 for the most part, right? So we have no leadership outside of probably Thiago Silva, right? We have no leadership, and I feel that is one of the reasons why we play him. And not that he shouldn't be playing, but that's one of the reasons why we play him and try to compensate for his age and his pace and so on. And I said that last week, I believe, right? So we are no leaders. Now it's only young players, so but young players, they will have growing pains, right? And we as Chelsea fans, we need to put that into perspective. With this young team, it would have growing pains. It's not that all them young players, as good as they might be, or as the ceiling is, you're not going to win one time. Oh, it's not very likely they're going to win one time, right? Also, earlier, with the youth, what that is, with investing in youth, which you think will make which the owners, they don't believe will make more financial sense long term, and contractual wise, it make more financial sense than going and get, you know, like the best of the best currently. We have no kind of killer instinct. We have no fight, no belief that the team they start off playing good, or they'll go into the game when it's nil, and as a team score, that is the day you don't get the sense that Chelsea can't come back because of the lack of those type of players in the team now. But you know, natural game winners who been there, done that, so they're unfazed by the situation, right? That is the owners. On the player side now, players with 30% of the blame. We are getting into some good position now. We don't create a million chances, but we just create 3 to 4 good enough chances that you could score 50% of that. Like if you create 4 high quality chances, you're supposed to score at least 2 out of that. And we need too much chances to score, right? And as I say, with the type of players that we have, there are no balls, there are no backbone. So the head mightn't drop physically, but mentally the players do believe. Especially when we don't get the first goal. They don't believe that, hey, we could pull out a result out of this. And that is 2 of my biggest knocks on the players. Now as it go on to Pochettino now. I don't like when managers come into a team, especially a team that are not doing well, and they try to get too clever too fast. And I think I talked about this already. So that don't try too much new things, whether it work in preseason, it work in training. Trying too much new things could throw off the whole team, because it's a new team, plenty of them don't know each other, so it's better to just let everybody know what to do. But do what they know best first and get to know each other, and then you could probably incorporate different things. And even if we mightn't be beating the cities of the world, if we let players, or we don't overcomplicate things, we supposed to be at least beating mid-table teams and lesser teams, just based on quality. Because on paper we better than plenty of them, right? Man for man we better than them. So, one, you have Caldwell playing a left back, and as much as Caldwell in making no damning, no game losing mistakes, the fact that he's not a natural left back where he overlapping at times, he's not even going to the midfield to make up to get something different like what City does do when they play with 3 and 4 centre backs, excuse. But the fact that he's not overlapping like a natural left back, a natural wing back, I think I mentioned this already too, it puts in a strain, it kind of nullifying whoever playing on the left side. In this last 2 games of Modric and Chilwell for the previous games, because you ain't getting the defenders nothing to think about, right? You ain't getting the winger any options, right? Or limited options, right? So like one, you ain't playing a proper left wing back, right? 2, we when Nkunku and then Chukwuemeka get injured, we made a desperation buy, in my opinion, to buy Cole Palmer. Not bashing Cole Palmer. I believe he's a good player and a good buy. But they buy him, and it would have seemed because Pochettino say he can't play with us at proper out and out 10, right? Cool, like you want to play at 3-4-2-1. Oh, sorry, 3. Yeah. 4-2-3-1. Right? But yet still we're not playing Cole Palmer. Right? And we playing Enzo where I do think Enzo's at 10. So that's 2 things we're doing wrong in terms of player positioning. It would have been my belief, and I think most Chelsea fans believe, and I think most sports fans believe, most football fans believe, that when we buy Caicedo is either to play here and Enzo in a double pivot, where Enzo go be the more progressive of the two, but both of them starting in that pivot role, right? I ain't see that happen for the season. Or possibly in a 3, where especially when they buy Lalvia, that either Lalvia or Caicedo sit deeper and the next 2 play like 8s, which you could do with Gallagher, right? That's not happening. We playing Enzo higher up as a 10 because he creative, but he's not a natural 10. He's more like an 8 where he could control the game from a deeper thing going forward and keep things moving, progress as we progress. So not like an out and out 10. Like he go and get plenty goals from him, and he gonna be, in that kind of wall, kind of link up play with the striker and the wingers and thing. So you're forcing Enzo in the 10 when you buy Cole Palmer to play in the same position. You're weakening the midfield, although you're not having a bad season by playing Gallagher alongside Caicedo when Enzo right there. So I think Pochettino overcomplicating his team selections, and that affecting the chemistry with the team and taking them along to gel. Because now that we playing bad overall, we just not scoring. And when we're not scoring and teams score, that's it. That is it. Once our team score one away, the game is done. So if Pochettino stop overcomplicating the selections, I believe it will be better for the team for people to do more natural things and to build that kind of chemistry with players in what, like, so I know what you would naturally like to do, or I do might naturally like to do, and then everybody feeding off of that, and that I think would kind of trickle along in the other things with the players. Like, if the players feel more comfortable in certain positions, the confidence in front of goal will build. You know, that kind of way. So, unfortunately though, I'm not seeing him changing it anytime soon. Probably until he get back in Kunku or Chukwemeka or whatever, but that is what I think is Chelsea's biggest problems right now. Shared blame, but more, I say 60 coach, 30 players, 10 ownership in terms of the current team that we have on the field right now. So hopefully we fix it in the not too distant future, because we not too far from relegation. Now we in no way better than last season. So yeah, so Pochettino, fix it, or Jesus take the wheel. Somebody. Big up Sevi Fraser one time. Yeah, so before we go, that's a quick note. The NBA season starts in less than 30 days. Right? So I believe training camp must start, or going to start then some preseason games. So look out for that. In less than a month time, the NBA season would be coming back. So all the basketball fans, all the guys up all yourself. Right? Fantabulous. We'll see. Big up yourself. So yeah, people, this has been another episode of the Caribbean Fan Stand. Right? Thanks to all those that joined the live. Right? Contributed with your comments, and all those who will be who send in their suggestions during the week. You know, based on how games go and on the week over the weekend when the games go. Big up yourself as well. So if you haven't as yet, be sure to go after the live. Go follow us on Instagram if you're not following us. Follow us on TikTok as well. Check out the latest episode of the Wooden Sheet podcast with myself and Randall. Hotspot Jade. Big up yourself, brother. Yeah, so check out the latest episode of the podcast. Streaming now, where we talk about the massacre in Arima, where the 5 people unfortunately lost their life, the upcoming budget, and yeah, how them soldiers and them going to spend the back pay. So you can check out that now on YouTube. Go check it out. Subscribe to the page, like it up, share it up. Also you can get the audio version of the podcast and the fan stand on Spotify and all the other major podcasting platforms. Right? So until Monday, where we meet up again in the fan stand, my name is Tawa, aka Wood, and this has been the Caribbean Fan Stand. So keep your ears on the ground and we go get the word out. Blessings.